Hi, welcome back. You're tuned into Trading Hour on CNBC TV 18. Well, as promised, let's get in Mr. Manish Sharma, who's the President and CEO of Panasonic India and South Asia, and the Chairperson of FICCI Electronics Manufacturing Committee, who's joining us now. Mr. Sharma, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, the government has approved the PLI scheme for white goods, that is air conditioners and LED lights. Can you tell us what is your take on this particular policy or the scheme, and will your company invest into it? And if yes, what is the amount that you have set aside?
Yeah, thank you for having me here. So first of all, I think the very reason government has considered these sectors is very strategic, and I'll give you some perspectives. So first and foremost is let us consider the category of air conditioners within the white goods. I believe the biggest of potential is in this category. And the reason I say that is, one, the penetration level of this category in our country is just about 7.5% of the total households. So long way to go. Second is the potential to backward integrate. So I'll give you some figures out here. So one, with the penetration level of about 7.5%, we manufacture about 7.5 million air conditioners in a year. Look at China. China manufactures about 120 million air conditioners in a year, wherein the domestic demand is about 10 times of our country. So huge potential to unlock the demand potential within the country. Second is, we have a value addition of just about 20%, which means out of the total domestic manufacturing which is happening in the country, we source about 20% of components from within the country, and 80% of them are imported. So again, a huge potential to backward integrate and bring in component manufacturing in the country. And third, which I believe will really unlock the true potential of our capabilities, is while we'll unlock the potential of demand within the country and also backward integrate, we have to then start to look at exporting. And this is a huge potential. So I think this is a very welcome step by the government to encourage the industry with production-linked incentive schemes to let the component manufacturing start to happen in the country. So I really applaud that effort.
Sir, good morning. Prashant here. Could you tell us which part of the value chain will benefit more? Whether it will benefit dedicated manufacturers or OEMs, or will it be a collaboration between both?
That's a fantastic question. And, this industry is in a very unique position. So I believe that at least three situations will emerge from here on. So if you look at the air conditioners industry, one, we have manufacturers which have their own brands, creating investments for themselves to set up the distribution networks. And of course, in this whole process, create proprietary technology, so invest into design and R&D capabilities. And some of them also have their own manufacturing in the country. Second is, we will be looking at aggregation of demand to happen, and hence the ODMs, large EMSs to evolve in our country in the time to come. And we already have some examples. Amber is a great example of that, wherein a lot of demand aggregation happen, and then they supply to many manufacturers, including people like us. And third is how the industry should come together and collaborate, again, aggregate the demand to let component manufacturing start to happen in the country. So I believe a lot of models are going to evolve from here on. And as I said, the potential is very large because we are sitting at a very low penetration rate at this point of time. And second very important aspect of, again, I'll be repetitive on air conditioners, is that this is a category which has a potential to generate jobs, because this is one category which not only generates jobs into manufacturing, but once the product is retailed, you have a lot of opportunities into the retail segment. We still are a very large market when it comes to offline channel. And then also job creation for after-sales service requirements. So you need people to install the air conditioners. You need people to maintain them almost every year. So the potential of job creation in this category is very high. So I believe that a lot of opportunities, both into business model creation and job creation, are going to emerge in the time to come.
Mr. Sharma, while we do talk about the benefits of the scheme, one of the concerns that a lot of analysts and some of the companies have is that this scheme is largely for the components and nothing has been announced for the finished products. In fact, some of they say that now players will look to apply for lower value intermediates with limited scope for high value intermediates. What is your take on that? Is it more towards the component side and that's why it would not attract the kind of investment that the government wants right now?
So we have to understand that what is the objective which we are wanting to fulfill. If you look at the current situation, we are just about 7.5 to 8 million units of market, out of which about 5 million units are getting produced in the country. And then production-linked incentive schemes should definitely look together with the phased manufacturing program, which government is also trying to couple with this particular strategy, which essentially means that, so what is the ultimate objective? So as I said, the first objective is to let the majority of production of whatever gets sold in the country happen in the country. So we are doing about 5 million out of 7.5 million units. And you may have noticed just about a few months before, government put a ban on import of air conditioners wherein the refrigerant gas is already filled in. So this is in some sense putting a sort of disabler for the imports to come into the country. Naturally, this makes domestic manufacturing more beneficial for people who would like to sell in the country. And second is the bigger need is to ensure that we backward integrate, because competitiveness with comparison with imports coming in from China or elsewhere will only improve when component sourcing starts to happen within the country. So today as a country, we are about 11 to 12% of disability compared to Chinese imports coming into the country. With this ban being imposed, and I don't say that this is a permanent solution, but then industry can only improve the competitiveness when we create economies of scale and also cost competitiveness on our sourcing of components. So I believe it's a very well thought of strategy. The deliberations are going on for almost last 8 to 9 months. And I believe that this is going to really unlock the potential of the country.
Let's hope so that it does. Great sort of putting things in perspective for us. Thank you very much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18 and appreciate your time as always. I think that also brings us to a close on this edition of Trading Hour. We are out of time. I'm being told we are up 37 points on the Nifty, 14,396 at this point. The overall market breadth is quite positive. I mean, it's still positive. So that stands at about 3:1. 1,400 stocks are higher and about 450 stocks are lower on the NSE. So it's still looking okay from a broader point of view. And the Nifty also, is off the lows, but still in the green. We are out of here. From Sonal and me, everyone on the team, thanks very much for watching. But stay tuned. There is more coming up on the other side on Halftime Report.